Hey, how's it going? I'm going to turn the audio back up for this one. I want to try and get like a weapon system up here. I've never really done weapons before, so I have no idea what I'm doing. What's the thing called? Is it a rocket? This thing, rocket launcher. There you go. Done. Weapons. Basically, I want a thing that's like detachable and replaceable. But yeah, I'm not really sure how this works. I guess you need some logic in here. And how many rockets is enough? And is that enough? Or is that too many? Well, there's a rocket pod, I guess, kind of like a Hellfire missile pod thing. So anyway, how does a rocket work? Loaded, trigger passer. Let's put a push button on here. So I'll do it on the other side because it'll be easier to get up to it to spawn it. So I've got a button. Huh. So I guess it's only 4 rockets. And then what do? You have that pass-through thing. Trigger loaded. Do you go like this? What's that gonna do? Oh yeah, so that's 1. It'd be nicer if those could shoot faster though. Like, can you get them all to shoot like immediately? Is that all it is though? And then do I have like a way to detach these from within the cockpit? Or do I put like a flip switch up here? So if you're doing work on it, you can like come and flip the switch, it'll drop off and then you pick it up and move it or whatever. Or I wonder if someone else already has missile packs and I can just strap them on the sides. Alright, here's a weapon pack. For some reason it's way the hell over here. This is the new key weapons pack. It's a little bit too big. What's over here? Rockets. So all of this stuff, yeah, it does connect on a hardpoint. So like any of this can just be equipped onto the helicopter. It's all like bombs and stuff. Oh yeah, this thing. That's basically what I had made. So at least if someone else has done it, it'll be like a nicer version. What the hell is this? Okay, this is the thing I want though. The rocket pod. Oh, what? Oh yeah, okay. Copy that. I'm not going to permanently add this to the helicopter. I just want to get an idea of what this will look like. Knowing that this exists makes me a bit more okay about just like not building my own weapon systems. If I just leave it open, then you'll be able to come and add whatever you want and you can just drop it off and yeah, do whatever. So I think it just needs a way to fire the weapons. Let's see, if you want to fire weapons, probably this panel here, I suppose, since it's closest to the pilot. And then probably the you would have like an arm button. Oh, what if it's like 4 flip switches and that lets you arm each arm of the wing, and then whenever you press space, it can be your trigger to fire. And that would let you put like missiles, rocket pods, machine guns, and a whole bunch of different stuff on there. That's seems like a really simple way, like in my mind, for me, this seems real simple. So flip switch, this would be the right hand outer, what do you call this? Should I just number them from left to right? 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is like fourth weapon arm, or arm fourth weapon. And that would be channel 4. And then this is the next one. So third. And then maybe I can put like some decals on the wings that let you know which one is which. But actually, that one there, it would be good if I had just a long row of them, a long row of switches, like this. Flick, 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 flick. Yeah, here would be way better, actually. Maybe let's put it here. You don't need to know anything about your engines, right? This stuff can go somewhere else. Yeah, this makes more sense. So we'll go first weapon, second weapon. So these two instrument panels are now like permanently connected. Third weapon and fourth weapon. If I really have to, I can connect these up as like just a switch with a light below it. Then you would just go flick, 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 flick. You're all armed. Everything's armed. Can probably do a bit more detailing on those arms as well. We'll say that's done. Job done. What else is in here? I need to put... So this is altitude hold. You need a way to enable it. So maybe this panel here could be for alt hold. Altitude hold. That would turn it on. This display might have your altitude just permanently on it or something on one of the MFDs. I don't think I want to do any kind of wayfinding systems with this. And the tilting system doesn't need its own lever. I need a lever for the engines. I'm just going to do the things that I know I can get done, you know. So in the back, I want to have some lights for passengers. Oh, if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, put a light there, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and put a light there. HSV, because that will let me change the color if I need to. And then I'll put an instrument somewhere to just turn them on. Maybe somewhere here at the back. So it's just a simple flip switch. Turn both those lights on. I could make it a button. I want to have it so you can change the lighting mode though. Like, does it need a red light when it goes nighttime or anything? Or should it just be like an always on dim white light? And then I guess the other stuff you need back here is going to be all medical equipment. What other equipment would you need? Especially for medical, you wouldn't really need much. I'll put a heater, maybe, a heater down the bottom there. And then I could use some doors to give it a little bit of a detail along the bottom. Yeah, maybe. Maybe not. It looks a bit strange, actually. Medical bed, heater, and that heater probably actually won't work because it won't be able to heat up the front. It's too far away, I think. Within a 10-meter radius. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, okay. Well, heater goes down there then. Oh, we need a pipe to bring fuel up to here. And I can't use this, even though I've got the like turbine facing with the pipe outwards. I've got to cut it and flip it because the track system needs to run the gripper down there. So it's going to be better to have all these pieces facing inwards. And I want to have 2 separate lines for jet fuel. I don't want them to starve each other out. So I think because I've got the space, I should run the pipes sort of internal. And then I think down the wall once they get here is okay. Like that. And then in here it'll just be 2 fluid ports. Then we'll need the usual fluid meter and fluid spawner. This will spawn jet fuel. Which side is the fuel flap going to be on? It's usually this side, isn't it? And where is it? Should it be back here? And also, do I need like flares and stuff back here? I think this will be my service panel, like that. So I'll need to like put the door in and then cut it, and so it flips out. And I think I'll use a 2-sided toggle button. And then probably just nothing will be okay. I could use like a wedge instead if I really wanted to. Yeah, a little service hatch. Put both anchors in here. I think it's kind of nice when you do like wedges and stuff as well and make your service panels look kind of interesting. But then I need to put a panel, you know, piece like that. So maybe if I... I don't know if I should sacrifice part of the panel just to get an interesting shape. Oh, I need a valve. There should be an override valve somewhere in here. Maybe I get rid of that. Put a valve there. It'd be really good if there was like a square valve. So you can put it in a block. Oh, and then what if I do a wedge? So it's like, you know, like it's up in the back there. You're going to push it when you're trying to connect to this, aren't you? So it needs to be like on the other side, but then the instrument panel doesn't fit. Oh no. It needs to be lower in general. The access panel needs to be lower. It needs to be down here, really. Well, if you open the door though, then you're going to hit it. It could be here. So I'll just put in a microcontroller, connect it to the switch, and on a pivot. So when you flip the switch, it folds up in a way. Maybe it should fold up, but it should fold up here where it's flat. Because having this kind of gap looks a bit odd. Yeah, that's a good height. Now it's like right in your face. I might extend it though. I might... How about 3 across? I kind of want it to be a bit taller, to be honest. I want it to be 3 high and 2 long. 3 high and 2 wide. So the pivot's up along here. Oh, that's not bad. You don't want to be... Well, don't want it being too big. I gotta put some brakes on this. It's gonna keep rolling away. Where's the landing gear? So this will need to be a bit bigger. Brakes, output. This is the landing gear panel, which has a brake signal on it. But then I need an output as well. So brakes was 1. Landing gear brakes 1. Landing gears 2. 1. Okay. So by default, the brakes will be... I should put them on by default. I don't like doing this most of the time, but... You know... It's gonna keep rolling away unless I do it. No more rolling. There's a little bit of clipping on the fuel there, on the anchor, electrical anchor. So if they were both up the top, that would solve the issue. I feel like I'm going to settle for this. It's got all the instruments in the middle. The light can just be on the side. And then all the like control bits are up the top. It's kind of a big panel as well, but you know, does the job. Easy to use, I think. I'm just going to flip the valve up the other way. So now when you want to open it, it folds it down. The handle goes down instead of up. So usually I want to have my pumps and my valve right next to each other because it makes the piping real easy. If I were going to put it in here, then you have to pipe all the way down into the pumps and then have the valve intercept and then connect on the back of it. So it means a lot more pipes instead of like just one pipe going out from here. Okay, new plan. You flick the switch, it's a much taller panel. It's got all the things in there, but you can get the valve and you can see the pumps, so you can repair the pumps if you needed to. It's very tall though, that's the only thing. What if there was like a service hatch on the other side for the pumps? Isn't this fun? Okay, things got a little bit complicated. Oh no, I've done it again. God damn it. Anyway, you can flip this open. I'm going to have to move both these anchors up and then flip it all around, I think. You've got your controls. You've got your manual valve. And then on the other side, and then on the other side, you've got just the pumps, just the in and out pumps. So if they fail, you know you just need to come and start welding around this area. And this is for resupplying. So yeah, I don't really want to move those anchors because it is a bit screwy. See, the RGB light can really only go in these top sections. I would like it for just so that you can have some visibility when you're in here. So the fuel comes in here, then it needs to go down and split with one of these things. So it can either go into the override or it can come straight through and go into the pumps. And then the override goes up and over. It's not too bad to fix. And then they both come out here, drop down into the tank, and the tank just keeps getting bigger because I keep finding ways to like move all this back and encase it all differently. Now, equipment. This is a rescue helicopter, mostly like a first aid medical thing. It's not, I'm not really outfitting it for like fighting fires or anything. They should probably have a fire extinguisher on board just as like a safety thing where you should just always have a fire extinguisher on board. I kind of want to put it up the front somewhere, but I think I am going to put them like behind the seats. But then what about for all the passengers? Where do they get their fire extinguisher from? Could go in here maybe. Yeah, that's out of the way. And then I could do on the other side just an empty one. I like having empty ones scattered around. We'll push them up a bit more. Yeah, having some empty ones, so if you want to put something like, if you spawn this and you already have stuff on you, you can put it somewhere. I showed some pictures in the official Discord as well, and Mr. Earth wanted to let me know that this could maybe not be as steep. I wanted it to be a bit more of a smoother curve up. Don't know exactly how to do that though. There is a lot of space in here, so if I wanted to like have it be a bit steeper at the front, oh wow, that's goofy. What if it maybe just on the bottom it needs to like not be as sharp. What if I use this one? Do a 1x2 wedge and then bring it back. Wow. Wow. What is all this stuff? Oh, I think it's just mounting blocks for that gimbal camera. It looks real weird now. I don't know how to get this piece here to merge in. Right, because it needs to like be a 1x1 wedge. That's probably why I had it that way, because it's like just kind of a mess to try and get it to merge properly. I kind of feel like he meant that maybe it doesn't even need to be as long. I kind of feel like because of the wedges that I have available, it needs to be at least 2 of those, but then maybe it can like slant in a bit quicker. What about that? I think I might run into some issues. Yes, I will run into some issues. Oh, what if this just goes straight back like that, and then because it's already kind of fat on the front here. This might work. So I'll spawn in this one. And then using the add-on editor, I'll spawn in the next one. Or the old one. It's quite a bit shorter looking, eh? Oh, because like the middle piece is 1. So it starts curving in quite a bit sooner. It looks more like a boat. It'd be interesting to see what it looks like with the landing gear up. Close the door. We'll do the same with this one, put it down on the ground. See what the difference is. I think it does look a bit nicer, but it's mostly just because it looks more advanced in terms of like the wedging that's being used. And I've still got to put the camera in there somewhere. It really looks like the camera is mounted in the whole top part of it though. Like just smushed in there. And I think these gimbal cameras have to be mounted like upside down for them to work. They have to be mounted like this. But I think it would need to be like all the way out or dropped down a bit. I don't know. I'll leave the gimbal camera out for now. It's not a big deal. I have just noticed there's a little spotlight on the bottom here. Just a single spotlight, so it must be for the pilot. That would be kind of cool. I think actually the thing that's where that spotlight is more like a camera. Okay, so that spotlight is on a pivot. And then I can use the up and down composite signal to look up and down with it. I think that's a nice little feature. Oh yeah, the other thing that's on. What about the big like? I don't know if this is a refueling probe. I think it's probably actually a Fulton extraction system. So do I want to put on a massive stick on the side here? It has to clear this. It has to clear the rotor, and I'm not sure, but it kind of looks like it would hinge. I could do this. There you go. Refueling probe. It looks so stupid. I don't think it's a refueling probe, because in Metal Gear Solid 5, they don't have any runways. If they were going to be refueling, that would be refueling from one of these Blackfoots into another Blackfoot, which is like, it's doable, but I don't think they would be doing aerial refueling. I think the thing on the front is a filter and extraction system. I've got my little horn. I don't have guns on the side. That's like the only main thing missing, I think. My fuel comes up. They've both got separate fuel. I'm going to give them valves. Each one of them gets their own valve. And then you can control the fuel flow. I wonder if there should be like an access panel up the top. Something should like fold up or slide away. It's not really necessary. The gimbal camera is like the only thing that I think I would really want to add. So maybe I have to put it in here now. There's a gimbal camera out of video output feed has after. What's the stabilized one? It's so expensive though. Well, this one would be cool. Yeah, I don't think it makes any sense to like try and force this gimbal camera to fit in the same style in the same place as the Metal Gear Solid camera. Okay. Oh, like flares. I'll just pack a bunch of flares in the back here. How many flares do I need? Probably not many, right? I'm just gonna have a look and see how Seb does his. Yeah, just a big stack of them. Oh, he's got even more. He's got loads of them. I think I should just start doing details now, like a lot of this kind of stuff. Just like hard points and ropes and pipes and stuff. I really want to get some of these kind of like lights. Wonder what color this is underneath. Oh, grey. Well, that makes some sense. The colors that I use all the time, every time I do something in Metal Gear Solid, I always use like real dark grey blue colors. The Splinter camo, I think it's called. So maybe I'll just do a bit of a smudge job of painting on here. Yeah, there's a real rough job of painting it. Get on the other side where the light is better. That's the kind of color I want though, like a dark oceany kind of blue. And then if I go along with some paint blocks and merge them in and be more straight lines like the Splinter camo. I think it's called Splinter camo. Then I might have something looking a bit like what it looks like in the game. I think I'm running into the hard part of this, which is going to be all the avionics. I could do some more decoration on the inside here. So maybe I need more equipment on the back and maybe an access panel to something so you can get into the back section for storage. I think the seating area is okay. Just need to put some equipment behind the pilot and co-pilot. Start moving all these microcontrollers. I think I'll have a look and see if the ZE controller will work for me. See if it's just plug and play. Like, I don't want to spend a lot of time configuring things. I think I'm back at the stage of a project where I'm starting to lose focus on it, so I'll probably do something different next time. But yeah, if I can get the avionics in here, then this thing is on its way to being a usable contraption. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.